I'm Victor Varnado. I'm an actor and a comedian. I'm also an albino.
Victor Varnado is also the most successful entertainer with albinism in this country. He's appeared in Arnold Schwarzenegger's End of Days, played a villain in Eddie Murphy's Pluto Nash, and showcases his unique comic style on My Name is Earl.
I'm telling you, man, we gotta take back the shady part of the art.
As a black albino, Victor is in a unique position to make jokes about bigotry and racial stereotypes in a way that no one else can.
Please welcome the very funny Victor Varnado.
There are a couple of things that I can do that other black people don't do. Catch cabs. I love it.
Ironically, he's made a name for himself by breaking all of the politically correct rules for people with albinism. He calls himself an albino.
One of the most interesting things I saw on the street was another dude who was a black albino. And I got really excited. He was like, "Get out of my face, you freak!" And I was like, "Dude, come on, easy, easy. You're the freak." 10 minutes later, just two albinos in the road like, "Freak, freak, 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 freak." So finally, the homeless guy had to come in and break it up, and he was like, "Calm down, fellas, calm down. You're both freaks." And then he peed on himself.
Victor grew up in Minneapolis in a tough, mostly black neighborhood. He recalls one particularly traumatic childhood moment in a movie he made, The Awkward Kings of Comedy.
And I remember once I was walking outside of my regular neighborhood, and this kid goes, "Get out of my neighborhood, white boy." I was like, "I'm not white, I'm black." And he's like, "Prove it." And there's no way to really prove that you're black when your skin is light. So he started yelling. He's like, "Get away from me." And like people started raising up their windows and they all start coming toward me. And eventually I had to turn tail for fear of being killed by my own people.
Today, Victor is in LA, heading to a taping for a new comedy network. Though he enjoys the occasional luxuries of a full career, at age 40, Victor says he's not immune from the disadvantages of his condition.
I was auditioning for yet another sketch show, and I got to the final callback of the sketch show, and the casting director sat me down and she's like, "Victor, you come in here, you're always very funny, but the thing is, you don't fit into our mold of like what we want in a sketch show. It's like, you know, funny white guy, funny fat white guy, black guy, maybe an Asian girl. Never, you know, they never go, and a black albino guy." It's never like rounding up the cast.
Victor turns everything about albinism into a joke, even his poor vision. Like nearly all albinos, he has nystagmus, a condition where the eyes involuntarily move back and forth.
One thing I do is when they ask me to fill out forms, I claim that my vision's not good enough, and I make them fill out the forms for me a lot. And that's what I'm going to do today when they're like, "Fill out your forms." I'm like, "Oh, my vision, can you help me?" And they're just like, "Okay."
Next comedian is from New York City. He's a good friend of mine, Victor Varnado.
Victor is a regular on the comedy club circuit. I caught his act in New York.
This is the practical joke that I want to do. What I want to do is marry a white woman. Never tell her that I'm black. And then when a black baby comes out of her,
I don't know what happened. I swear I didn't cheat on you. I don't know. What's up with this baby, girl? What's going on with this baby? There's a little black baby. What is up with this?
just kidding, that's my baby.
Oh, come on, honey, laugh. It was funny.
Why do you always set up with, "I'm a black albino"? Why do you have to identify yourself?
I did have it in my head at one point that I should never talk about being a black albino on stage, but someone actually raised their hand in the audience and said, "Are you an albino?" And I was doing, I don't remember what I was doing jokes about, like something like totally different, you know, like eating at McDonald's or something like that. And that showed me, like, yeah, you have to talk about what people see in front of them because they're going to be curious.
How strange is that, to be caught between those two worlds? You're not quite black, you're not quite white.
I think that everyone perceives me as being caught between two worlds. I identify with being black. When a person who's black sees another black person, there's a bit of camaraderie. I don't necessarily have that And that's a very strange place to be.
But he's managed to find a way to straddle both worlds with his own brand of humor.
If you were to ask the 17-year-old me if I had the choice of not being an albino, I would say yes, definitely I would not want to be an albino. But if you ask me now, no, because I would be a different person and I kind of like who I am.